hold on, Rachel, where are you, Rachel? Oh, there, Rachel. Make the co-host. All right, with that, Rachel, and just a reminder, at the 8-minute mark, I will tell you have 2 minutes left. So, Rachel, whenever you're ready, the digital floor is yours.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Payne Schumann. I'm a rising junior and I'm a business major, and I'm joined along with...
I'm Rachel. I am a rising junior as well. I'm a communication studies major.
Hi. Go ahead, Paige.
My name is Paige Hughes. I am also a rising junior, and my major is journalism.
And I'm Dylan Savoy. I am a business major, and I am a senior. I plan on graduating next semester.
All right, and our company is called TFG for PB&J, and that stands for Thank Effing God for Peanut Butter and Jelly. So our concept is a peanut butter and jelly restaurant. This is our logo right here that you see, and on the top it has our company name, and then on the bottom it has our slogan, "Let's go nuts." All right, let's get into it.
Alrighty, so TFG for PB&J, it's a restaurant chain that strives to provide individuals that are looking for that nostalgic blast from the past that'll turn them back into a kid with gourmet peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that are unlike any other. With an environment that'll bring out the child in anybody, any adult. TFG for PB&J's goal is to create a healthy and distinct version of the daily peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's great, but it has gotten old. It's been around forever, so it needs a little makeup. And we do want to inspire joy and creativity at the same time. Along with the opulent sandwiches and the nostalgia-rich environment, TFG for PB&J encourages its customer to stay healthy, to strive for greatness, and to achieve those childhood goals that some people may have forgotten about. On to the next.
All right, so what are our products? Simply put, we primarily sell healthy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and paninis, all of which are made with homemade peanut butters and jellies. We also sell common American side dishes such as French fries and Caesar salads. And lastly, we sell peanut butter dog treats. So you can include your furry little best friend in the fun that is TFG for PB&J. The understanding we have and clarity of what our products are and what we are selling allows us to see what markets we should probably penetrate. Most companies compete within red ocean markets, of rival products and stores, which ultimately lead to fighting over a shrinking profile pool of attainable consumers. Because this strategy it's pretty difficult to create a profitable growth in the future, we aspire to implement a blue ocean strategy, finding uncontested market space. For us, being a quick-paced sandwich company that prioritizes health above all else, this would ultimately show how unique we are from rival companies, Next slide. Our current marketing situation. We market with the 4 Ps in mind, which are product, price, place, and promotion. For products, our products are, as I just said, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and paninis, common American side dishes, and peanut butter dog treats. Our price ranges from $4 to $15 across our entire menu, with 50 cents each per extra topping you have on your sandwich. Our place, we want to centralize around the West Coast, mainly in California. And this would be done in urban, hip areas such as a college town. And we would have food trucks, multiple food trucks, driving up and down PCH or Pacific Coast Highway each day. And as far as promotion goes, we want to rely heavily on both social media and celebrity endorsements to promote our brand. And of course, with the food trucks I just mentioned, their visibility across the West Coast would also bring us a lot of promotion. With all of this being said, however, we cannot and do not rely solely on this type of marketing because it's not consumer-centric enough, which opens the door for the inclusion of the 4 A's in our marketing situation, which are acceptability, affordability, accessibility, and awareness. Acceptability, saying that it is pleasing to consumers. People see how aesthetically pleasing our menu is, how unique our food is, and people actually would desire and want our products. With affordability, it's super cheap, healthy, fast casual food that's sit-down dining and affordable for any person with any socioeconomic status. Accessibility, as I previously mentioned, we'd be mainly in California, in urban areas, and we want to stress that we would not be in any hole-in-the-wall locations, and by that I mean we want to be in lively, inviting, and most importantly, visible locations for current and future customers. And of course, awareness, again, the social media management, celebrity endorsements, and food trucks would create high visibility and thus a vast level of awareness across our company. Next slide. Who is TFG for PB&J? We are down-to-earth, spirited, wholesome, honest, and cheerful, and we exude that and express that through our utilization of specific colors, specifically here light blues and light oranges, which appeal to a childlike fun. We're also daring because we're different. We're high energy, high spirited, and imaginative. And we express that through light reds, creative and hip menus and products, our store name, and where and how our restaurant promotes ourselves and our food truck. And finally, we value health, we value nature, and we value being clean. And we express that through our utilization of green, our health conscious menu items, and transparency in products.
Okay, so I will be discussing the customers or target audience for TFG for PB&J. They're primarily young people who are health focused and are looking for a trendy, fast casual dining experience. However, there's several elements of the brand that appeal to several different types of people. For example, the company also appeals to the large audience of dog owners. There will be menu items specifically for everyone's canine friends at the food truck. And from a marketing standpoint, strangers to the business would be the silent generation or older adults between 1928 and 1945. People from this generation would most likely not care to go to a trendy place like this. Butterflies for the company would be baby boomers. They may not be loyal. However, once they understand the concept and connect with the nostalgia factors, they would be willing to test out the product. True friends are the millennials. They're willing to try trendy foods for a variety of prices, and they'll keep returning to get a perfect photo for their Instagram. And finally,
2 minutes remaining.
Okay. Finally, the barnacles attached to the business are kids. And then for the marketing strategy, we're focusing on social media and celebrity endorsements. We would use Instagram, IGTV to show food being made and how locations where the truck will be going. And then for celebrity endorsements, we focus on Gordon Ramsay, the Kardashian family, and Jimmy Kimmel. Specifically, Gordon Ramsay, special with food. The Kardashian family is Southern California local. And Jimmy Kimmel, we wanted to touch the Tonight Show crowd, unlike the other one with the ice cream.
So getting into our strengths and weaknesses, we'll start with our strengths. I think what is really unique about our company is that it's a quick dining experience, and it kind of combines the aspect of the quick and easiness of fast food without compromising healthiness. Furthermore, we have inexpensive ingredients. You know, they're simple ingredients: peanut butter, nut butters, jellies, dog treats, etc. And furthermore, they're locally sourced, so we're not paying large fees to import them from far away, and it guarantees freshness. We have a low real estate overhead with our food trucks because we're not paying a consistent fixed cost on a building. You know, we have a restaurant, but it's not multiple restaurants. And yeah, now I'll get into our weaknesses. These kind of stem from the fact that we are a restaurant that specializes in peanut butter and jelly, meaning that people who don't like peanut butter and jelly aren't necessarily going to want to come to our restaurant, as well as the fact that many people are allergic to peanut butter specifically, but nut butters, you know, certain types of bread, which means that our company is not inclusive to them. And another weakness is our comparatively expensive pricing, you know, compared to a peanut butter and jelly that one might make at home. Now, getting into our opportunities that we see outside of our restaurant and in the market is that first and foremost, there are no other prominent peanut butter and jelly restaurants, meaning that we have the unique opportunity to blaze a trail in that specific niche. Furthermore, we have space in the sandwich market as a whole because of our speciality and because of the healthiness of our sandwich. You know, compared to other places like Jersey Mike's, for example, ours is the healthier option. And lastly, we can reach a large consumer base because of our food trucks that will travel from place to place, meaning that locality is not a barrier to reaching us. And lastly, I will get into the threats coming from outside. Can you go back? Sorry, thank you. The threats being that, you know, we are starting from scratch in a large market, and along with that, we are a niche product, meaning that if we weren't successful initially, we might not be successful in the long term. Furthermore, competitors, other sandwich stores have a more inclusive menu with a wider variety of sandwich products, which leads to us having a limited market to go to.
All right, so TFG for PB&J's positioning statement goes a little like this. Since its opening in 2012, the main mission has been to supply individuals with a healthy, fancier version of the everyday, some people think it's boring, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, while providing that nostalgic, childlike experience. Today, we have over 110,000 customers across California, Nevada, Arizona, and Texas that enjoy our fanciful PB&Js, renowned customer service, and the sentimental experience. And then we do have a menu right here. And as we stated earlier, we have two separate menus, the truck menu and the restaurant menu. On the restaurant menu and the truck menu, there's a section for your pups, like Paige stated earlier. So we do have an inclusive menu for a peanut butter and jelly restaurant. You would expect just peanut butter and jelly. There are no substitutions, but we do have several types of nut butters. We have different types of jelly, dog treats, of course, and yeah. Our prices do start at about $12 for sandwiches. They range from 11 to 12. But as stated earlier, it's about $4 to $12 is our range.
As another portion of our creative for this presentation, we came up with a little jingle. This jingle would be sounded through our multiple food trucks that we would have, and similarly to how you hear ice cream truck music and you immediately run outside, we hope for this noise to deliver in a similar fashion that is so exciting for people to hear because they hear it and immediately know it's our food truck specifically. So if Rachel, if you could play the sound. I think it was cut off in the beginning, but you get the point.
All right, and lastly, we have our pivot/exit strategy should things not go our way. So I included one exit strategy and one pivot. I'll begin with the exit strategy, and that would be utilizing our easily liquidable ingredients and products to sell to large manufacturers. The appeal here would be that it's healthy, and selling it in bulk is viable even and without losing the healthiness that is so appealing about our ingredients. And then a pivot, should we want to exit the restaurant game and go some other way, would be to pivot into the frozen peanut butter and jelly market and compete with companies like Uncrustable. You may know them as, you can see the image there. The way that we believe we can compete against a company so established like that is, as we keep on reiterating, the healthiness of our products, because Uncrustable is not such a healthy option, whereas we would be kind of having that standard that they don't have. And yeah, I think that's all. Thank you guys for listening, and that's our presentation.
Excellent job. Well done. Very impressive. Here's my notes. The name, a little racy, but you know what? I think it gets attention. It's kind of like those Frank Red Hots kind of ads, they kind of a little racy too. I can't read my writing, so it's fine. I like the nostalgia portion about bring back to your inner kid. I like the peanut butter. I like the dog treats concept. Maybe are paninis part of the 4 Ps of marketing? I thought, no, maybe not. I thought you thought you were very thoughtful. It seemed realistic. It seemed like this concept, you really made it come to life. And that was the goal of this. Like the Gordon Ramsay celebrity endorsement, you thought it through using a college town's food trucks. And I wish the jingle was a little bit longer, but that's okay. Like I said, really made this concept come to life. It was very believable. And you had a really thought through SWOT analysis. But overall, I think it was very great job. Gabby Castaneda, Dr. Gabby, what do you think? Any questions, comments, concerns?
I like it. And I agree. One of the things that as you guys were going over, and I'm thinking, what about those that have allergies or they can't have, peanuts or whatnot? But other than that, I think you guys did very well. I do appreciate the dog treats for those that can go. The exit strategy was well thought out. Pivoting into the frozen, going into frozen foods, frozen market. The Uncrustables are very popular in my household, as I have 2 boys, and those are easy snacks. So I could totally see how something like that will work nicely. And then celebrity endorsements also, again, it's evident that you guys put a good thought to it. Who specifically will be the people that you will be picking to help market your product. So overall, great job. Now I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Exactly. Thank you, Gabby. Jolene, are you in? Are you hungry?
I'm not gonna lie, peanut butter is one of my favorite foods of all time. I ate it all the time growing up. So I actually do want one now. So thanks a lot for not delivering free samples in advance. I thought it was really well thought out. I love the SWOT analysis, so I thought you were pretty clear. I absolutely loved your customer segments. I have a marketing background, and we used to do this all the time for the companies I work for. And so I love that you called the kids barnacles. That was really funny to me. So really clever. Great job there. I don't know if it's financially feasible, though, to have the Kardashians. Like, do you have the financial overhead to be able to fund the Kardashians promoting your sandwiches on their social media? I don't know. I don't know if you have the overhead.
I think they're going large. I think they want to go large. So we'll see.
I mean,
How many sandwiches you gonna have to sell to fund that? I don't know. Maybe none. Maybe they're just gonna love it. But overall, I thought you did a great job. I love the animal angle. I will pay literally my entire paychecks if my dogs can have a good life. So loved that aspect of your business. Well done.
Great job. Well done. Now everybody in the class is like, oh my gosh, either whew, we got the work cut out for us, or bar's been raised, or we're really golden moving forward. So great job. Rest of the class, what I forgot to say is feel free to fill up the chat. Fill up the chat with some love for your classmates. Fill up the chat with some positivity. I thought you guys did a great job. And by the way, papers are due tonight by midnight. And the presentations, go ahead and send those in to me as well. So excellent job. Next up, group number 2, the sprinkles grinder. Ian, Daniela R, Ariel, and Adrian. Who wants to be the, should I make a co-host?
Ariel.
Ariel, there you go. Okay, perfect. And remember, judges, I literally just gave them a picture of this obnoxious sprinkles grinder, something that you just grind like a pepperer, but you get sprinkles out of it. And this is what they did with it.
All right, hello everybody. We are good start. Twinkles Sprinkles, Dare to Dream Big. My name is Adrienne Paulu. I will be a junior in the fall. I'm a dance major, and then I have a double minor in musical theater and advertising.
My name is Ariel, and I'm gonna be a sophomore in the upcoming semester, and I'm a film production and business administration major.
My name is Daniela. I'm a rising junior. I'm a business major and a creative writing minor.
My name is Ian. I am going to be a senior this fall, and I am a computer science major with a minor in business.
So our positioning statement is to families who value dessert while wanting to customize different designs for colorful dessert toppings. Twinkle Sprinkle is an easy-to-use tool that will not only grind your beloved customized sprinkles topping on any dessert, but will promote creativity, collaboration, and imagination within children to achieve their dream. So what is our product? Twinkle Sprinkles, we have created a completely customizable sprinkle grinders that produce any and every shape you could possibly imagine. And so we have those interchangeable templates that have different shapes, and we have fillings that's available for additional colors or flavors. So it is really simple to use it. First, you just have to put the fillings in the grinder, you twist it on the dessert that you want to eat, and third, you just enjoy it. So introducing different shapes for our template. So we have those like really basic shape, and we also have other shapes that it's more complicated. And if you want to customize it, you can always contact us. And for different colors and flavors, it's for our sprinkle fillings. And our sprinkle fillings are 100% organic and it's preservative free. So it's gonna be really healthy. You don't have to really worry about like letting your kids like overeat this stuff. And for colors, we have like rainbow colors, and flavors, we have those like favorite, like what ice cream stores have. So if you don't have the color and shapes that have, if you don't see those online, we got you. So we basically have like website like this. If you want to add a color or anything, you simply just need to use the @ sign and add the color that you want. If you want any shapes that's not on our website, you can always upload it. We try to accommodate with all of our customers because we want to promote creativity and imagination.
So our target audience is mainly children, but they're not going to be the ones buying the product. So we're more focused on their parents. You know, parents who want to really promote the family values and maybe want to go an extra mile for their kids. But we also thought it'd be really cool for businesses and restaurants who maybe want to customize a sprinkle grinder to have their logo or have their colors as well. So the current marketing situation, this will be focused on the baking industry, which due to the pandemic, the sales of baking products have grown quite significantly. You might remember beginning of the pandemic, milk and eggs were sold out quite often. So we expect the sales to remain high for the next few couple of years, like a typical startup, but we do hope to maintain a high compound annual growth rate even after we have started up for a few years. So our brand personality trait is excitement. You know, we want to foster imagination and creativity in children and really promote the idea that you can do anything and you can be anything. Our main competition is regular sprinkles or pretty much any other ice cream or dessert kind of topping, because not everybody wants to maybe spend extra to get the sprinkle grinder.
All right, so our current marketing or our marketing strategy. So going over the 4 P's of marketing, we just went over products. So going into price, the grinder itself will be $14.99 with a pack of 3 templates. Any additional template after that will be $1.99. Colors will have 2 packages, a 3-pack and a 7-pack. The 3-pack will be mix and match any colors of the rainbow, and the 7-pack will be all the colors of the rainbow. So in sum, the minimum the customer would have to pay is $21.99. So where will this be sold? This will be sold at grocery stores near you, as this targets our main audience of families. We will also be available at twinklesprinkles.com, where you can create your own template there and upload your image for whatever template you want. And for promotion, a store promotion that we have is upcoming this month is National Ice Cream Day. And so a good promotion for that would be having a special deal on the Twinkle Sprinkles grinder, having a discount rate. Social media presence is very crucial, more specifically Facebook, as most parents nowadays have Facebook, and that's their main use of social media. So reaching that demographic would be very crucial. So celebrity endorsements would be, for example, Kylie Jenner and her daughter North. They'll be having like a baking type of night, and they'll use the Twinkle Sprinkles grinder to sprinkle whatever they want on their baked goods. And a event or festival that would be very beneficial would be the El Paso Ice Cream Festival for all those ice cream lovers.
All right, so for SWOT analysis, for strengths, this is an innovative spin on a timeless classic. So who doesn't love sprinkles, but now you are able to customize it. It's collaborative, it's creative, it's hands-on. Kids will absolutely love it. They are in control. Kids love to choose what they want. It's family oriented. We want to go for that experience, the after dinner sort of, everybody, let's put sprinkles on our desserts. And it's also environmentally friendly. So because with normal sprinkles, you have to buy additional like plastic containers, this reduces plastic waste. For weaknesses, it's a relatively niche product, which draws a smaller audience. It's a smaller product. And at the moment, there's not a whole lot of room for growth, but as we expand, we will completely rethink our brand and figure out ways to keep growing. Along with that, kind of how are we going to withstand the test of time? And then also a weakness is that we need to market to parents, not just the children. So it's a very like younger, youthful product, but we need to be able to market it to parents. For opportunities, we have partnerships that we can do with restaurants. So like Yogurtland, they're big on toppings. It plays on the idea of choice. So that's up to date. We want to inspire kids to choose what they want. Celebrity collaborations, and we also want to provide scholarships for kids. So again, this idea that they want to be whatever they can be whatever they want to be, like in college, we want to provide scholarship opportunities for them. Some threats is that sprinkles already exist. So our main threat is competition, and also these products have a shorter lifespan. So our pivot and exit strategy, our main idea was if things go sideways to pitch our product to KitchenAid, and they will kind of absorb us as a brand. We feel they have a similar audience as us, with like parents or grandparents who have children who like to cook or bake. We feel the product would fit in well with the rest of their company, as the product itself is very functional and could be added to different baking lines. So they could have kind of like a kid-oriented one or have a specialty line just for baked utensils. And so finally, our message, again, anything is imaginable with this product. So we want this product to inspire children. They are in control. So if they want to be an astronaut, they can choose the spaceship-shaped sprinkles. If they want to be a musician, they can choose the music-shaped sprinkle. They get to choose, and we want to kind of foster that imagination within children. So we'll end a little bit with a quote to think on. A dessert without sprinkles is like a life without dreams. Here is our logo, Twinkle Sprinkles, Dare to Dream Big. And then, so before we go to questions and comments, we have a script for a promotional video. We kind of took it in less of an infomercial sort of way, but more in a storytelling because we wanted to appeal to people's emotions and we felt that that would draw a bigger crowd.
The scene opens with Jimmy, 9 years old in math class. He is really interested in the class and is taking lots of notes. The teacher is writing on the whiteboard after finishing some difficult multiplication and division problems. The teacher turns to face the class.
I know this is hard now, but if you like math a lot, you can even use it to become an aerospace engineer. That's like working on a spaceships at NASA.
Transition. The student murmured and all. Jimmy's eyes widen and he starts drawing a spaceship on his notebook. Cut to later, the students are in music class working on learning how to play piano. Kyla, 9 years old, is naturally really good. The teacher comes up to her.
You know, if you keep practicing piano, you could perform at Carnegie Hall in New York City one day.
Really? Wow, that's my biggest dream.
The class is now in science class, learning about biology and the human body. Christina, 9 years old, is paying very close attention to everything the teacher says.
So how does a heart actually work?
That's an amazing question. It pumps blood through 4 main chambers and gets the blood and oxygen to the rest of your body.
Wow, that's so cool. I want to be a heart surgeon when I grow up.
Cut to Jimmy, Kyla, and Christina are all siblings, and the commercial cuts to them getting home from school. They all run into their house super excited from a fun day at school.
How was school today? What did you learn?
Kids all yell at once, very excitedly.
Whoa, slow down. What was that?
We learned new math problems, and Miss Smith told us that you can use math to build spaceships. That's what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah, and in music class, she told me one day I could perform at Carnegie Hall in New York City.
She also taught us how the heart works, and I want to be a heart surgeon one day.
Wow, that sounds like a fun day at school. All of those are amazing dreams you guys have.
Cut to next day, while the kids are out at school, mom is surfing the web and it sees an ad for a customizable sprinkle grinders that is being promoted by the Kardashian. She searches the Twinkle Sprinkle Grinder on the internet and comes across our website.
Wow, this is so cool. You can customize sprinkles through this business called Twinkle Sprinkles. I've never seen that before. Whoa, they have so many different shapes and colors. Wait, they have different flavors too? They even have a spaceship. Jimmy was just talking about how he wanted to work at NASA building spaceships when he grows up. They even have a music note template for Kayla and a heart one for Christina. And all only for $21.99? Wow. Oh, and it says in-store pickup today. I wasn't planning on running any errands, but I'm convinced.
Cut to kids have come home from school to find a big present on the kitchen table and immediately run to it very excitedly.
What's that? It's not Christmas yet, is it?
Nope. It's for you guys. Just open it.
They ripped the package open to find the Twinkle Sprinkle Sprinkle Grinders in all its glory.
It's a sprinkles grinder that lets you create different shapes with different templates. There are even different colors and flavors that come with it.
All yelled at once happily. Cut to dessert rolls around. The mom brings out the ice cream. They assemble the sprinkle grinders and take turns using it. When each kid uses it, the scene cuts to a montage of a grown-up version of themselves. To Callie go first and use the sprinkle grinders, and the scene cuts to her playing piano in New York City in front of the packed house. Jimmy go next, and the scene cuts to him working at NASA with a bunch of other aerospace engineers next to a big spaceship. Christina uses it, and the shot cuts to her in an operating room performing open heart surgery. Scene cut back to them all sitting around their kitchen table, happily eating their ice cream, smiling and laughing with each other. And cut to our logo and our slogan, Dare to Dream Big.
All right, with that, we have come to an end. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's go to the comments. We got some great comments in here. First, my comments. I'll get to my comments in a second. Boom. Jolie says, I want one. Jolene Haley, honestly, I'm so sad we don't have samples. Maybe a PB&J collab. I think that's a great idea. So creative. Love your take on this. From Anna. Love the message. It's so wholesome. Great ideas. PB&J would with chocolate sprinkles sounds really good. Oh, it does actually. Smart sounds like a smart partnership deal. And from Jolene, I have a friend who actually loves sprinkles as a snack. I would like to buy some twinkle sprinkles for a restaurant. Says, yeah, that I think the first two, they fit together like peanut butter and oh no, sorry. Great job. I love the name. I like the way you described. I like the way in the beginning you described what is our product. I think that was very smart, very simple. Love the shapes you created. You really kind of know your target audience. I like the pandemic angle. That was very good. Like how you walk through the 4 Ps. I like the ice cream festival. The SWOT was very thought out. I've done this project quite a few times. I think this is the best version of this product I've seen. So I'll give it that. I like the scholarship idea, and it's more than just a topping. And I love the creativity with how you really encourage people to be imaginative. Jolene, what do you think? Are you a Twinkle Sprinkle fan?
I love it. I love the name, and I think it was so smart how you positioned it as bigger than just sprinkles, right? Everyone knows sprinkles. We've had them before, but it's not a sprinkle. It's actually your future. It's your dreams. It's a lifestyle. And one of the teams I was on in the past for marketing was EdTech, in the EdTech industry, and we had to market everything as this is a growth mindset for your children. This is growth, development, imagination, and that's what you guys played on. Genius. I think your price point is affordable and smart with the accessories, so very, very good. Love the cohesion with your PowerPoint presentation. The fact that you had sprinkles on the PowerPoint, the branding, phenomenal. I was a little surprised to hear you guys not say you want to partner, unless I missed it, with the giant in our backyard who would love their own customized sprinkles, Disneyland. Oh, yeah. I could see them being like, yeah, eat this with Mickey's on your whatever you want because you can make your own. And then even like, I can see this expanding. Education, hey, use counting blocks that are edible. You can make it into any shape, do math, and have a snack. And then like bread cutters, like thinking as it grows, bread cutters, like who doesn't like to have star-shaped sandwiches when you're growing up? So love this so much. Love the name. You guys did fantastic. I just wish I had some to try, honestly.
I know. You can't. How do you tease us like this?
It's so rude. So rude.
Thank you, Jillian. Gabby, what do you got for us? Are you into Twinkle Sprinkles?
I am. I wasn't until most recent with my youngest, the little guy. He has converted me into getting that on just about anything that we eat out that is sweet. So not a whole lot more than what it's been added already. I mean, I really love the organic portion of it, right? There's a lot of that going on, and targeting that with having the healthy sort of version of it. You'll have my support on that. Let's see what else I have. I did love the scholarship opportunities and how you tie it back, giving back to students. The pricing and adding the templates for like $199 for any additional ones seems pretty reasonable. I would pay that. Similar to what Jolene was saying of just partnering with the big giants, such as, Disney, but you have other sports areas that they're filled with family and kids, right? Of like the Angels and the Ducks and all of those different venues would be fantastic. I really enjoyed the storytelling portion of it and how well you guys brand it. So overall, great job. And then last but not least, that anything imaginable reminded me of our slogan at Chapman.
You're right. Exactly. There you go. Well, great job. And we have I don't expect any questions or comments because Rita missed the beginning of it. We have our third unbelievable panelist. I think I gave Rita the wrong link and the wrong time, so that's my fault. So Rita, we have the incredible Rita Desjardins with us. And thank you for joining us, Rita. And then we will get your feedback with the next group, unless there's anything you wanted to add from what you saw from this group. Oh, she's muted. Oh, okay. All right. Group 3, Upscale Dollar Store, Camilla, Malik, Megan, Ethan. Who wants to be who do I need? Oh, Megan already. I guess you're perfect. Go for it. You're up.
So I'm Megan. I'm a computer science major and I'm a senior.
Okay, my name is Camila. I'm a bio major and I'm a rising sophomore.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Malik, and I'm a junior with a business major with an environmental science minor.
My name is Ethan Hyatt, and I am a senior and a business major.
So the Perfect Cash is the first step towards a one-stop shop with affordable products that are the best in their field for a reasonable price that customers can feel pride in purchasing. We want to make customers feel comfortable in a warm and homey environment, stepping away from the warehouse atmosphere. We want to use hardwood floors, curtains, decorated bathrooms, and warm rather than just bright lighting. We want to have small sections of the store to have couches and tables and coffee, and we want to make people feel at home. We'll be selling products that don't require refrigeration, that will keep for a long time, but are still important, like office supplies, holiday decorations, candies, and baby products. Customer service is critical in keeping our customers happy. Improving employees is key because face-to-face interaction is such a good way to interact with customers. We want our new employees to have a 1-week training period with management where they focus on learning existing products and company expectations, and then a 2-week shadow training period in store where they learn all positions so that way a customer only has to deal with a single employee who can help them in every step of the store, no matter what the issue. We know that there's a lot of competitors in like that one-stop shop market, and we kind of want to take the best part of each one and put it into a single store. There's dollar stores that aim to be affordable, but at the cost of product reliability. And then there's warehouse membership programs that offer really good deals, but at the cost of space and purchasing a lot upfront instead of just what you need. And then storefronts for sustainable and local products that we would want to put in our stores are probably the biggest competitors. But we have the advantage here in being that one-stop shop because you don't want to have to go to 20 different stores just to get, you know, all of your chores done. Especially given our target audience. We aim to have a clientele in their 30s to 60s in heavily populated areas that have families, jobs, and things that keep them busy. They maybe don't have time to do a lot of research to know what's the best thing to buy. And so we want to appeal to them by offering a single place that they can go to. And that way they know that they're supporting more with their purchases while still getting excellent products. We don't want to price people out, and prices will still be affordable as we aim to have all of our products sell for under $30. But we want to have a membership program. So not all people will want to spend money upfront like that. And we know that that'll appeal more to middle and upper class clients that are willing to pay for the services, like trained employees, not just for the products themselves.
So going through our SWOT analysis, we're going to start with our strengths. Some strengths going into this type of business is that people want to support local, sustainable, and environmentally friendly ethic products. They also want to know that they're getting a good price, not just that they're local products. Obviously, no one likes doing errands. Everybody would rather just go to one place, be able to get every single thing that they need to get that day. We also want to provide excellent customer service. On top of that, online services for browsing, which means both for delivery and pickup, are an absolute must for this type of store. And then products that are good and have fair prices. Some opportunities that we are capitalizing on going into this is the trend of global warming and media sensationalism, causing there to be a lot of desire to support sustainable and environmentally friendly products. Then, as of recently, as we all know, COVID and the internet and the small world effect that it has caused are creating a lot of desire to support local and national products rather than globally. Like, for example, like if your friend's making a mask, you'd probably rather buy that, even though it's more expensive, just because you're supporting someone. We're also trying to push away from Amazon, as Amazon is leaning more towards the cheaper products rather than the sustainable products. And people are looking to find a replacement for a brand that they can trust. Then people have lost jobs and a lot of money because of COVID. So we're trying to help provide a service that can fit their financial needs a little bit more. Then some weaknesses that we should acknowledge going into this. It's a new store. We don't have a customer following. It's going to take time to build up our brand name. It's going to be expensive up front, and it's going to take a little bit of time to make money, as all startups do. Securing good deals with high quality brands, it takes time and money. Not necessarily something that you want to hear when you're starting a new brand, and it may end up costing the brand a lot, but in the end, it will be worth it. It's gonna be hard to provide the same kind of customer service that we're trying to provide in the store online. And interacting through social media is not the best way to reach our target audience. Our threats are, why go to us if Costco and Walmart are cheaper and bigger, and there's a lot more of them throughout the country? The word affordable can cause people to feel that items sold at the store aren't as high of quality, regardless of any research that we have done and whether or not they are actually of high quality or not. Customers may want to support companies directly rather than going to a one-stop shop. And then finally, online competition with Amazon is difficult. It's a huge company, one of the biggest in the world, especially with the services they provide, just being able to buy something and it's there the next day. So we need to try and take away business from Amazon, and that's going to be a lot harder than them keeping their own business. Some problems and issues. The store is a new concept, and future customers will compare it to the other stores, and this might actually lead them towards our competition. The Dollar Tree has lower prices. Walmart and Costco offer the same or similar products. Keeping low prices, good deals, and good quality products can make the company lose money off in the beginning. And then finding and keeping up with products that are environmentally friendly is hard. For that, the company must investigate and study each brand of the products we will be selling, which is obviously going to require a branch dedicated just to product research and testing.
Marketing strategy. One of our main goals is to create a home atmosphere in our stores and make our customers feel welcome and part of us. Each store will have a small relaxation area with a few couches or love seats and a barista to serve coffee. To target adults in the 30s and 60s age range that belongs to middle and upper class, we want to focus on pushing products that are local and of high quality, as well as making sure they don't feel price gouged. Although we want our customers to feel welcome, we also want to provide exclusiveness. And aim to do this is with a membership card, which we will call the key to a house or key to a treasure trove. So how we can provide exclusiveness? With the membership card, we work like a Costco membership card. The customers will have to pay an annual payment of $42, $3.50 a month. With this, they get certain benefits such as access to a free brew, a place to relax, and the online stores, also access to the physical store. With this, we want to create exclusiveness so our clients are aware that this is an upscale store. Also, customers tend to like exclusiveness, and with this, we also plan to attract middle and upper class customers. A membership card can be able to differentiate us from other stores, but at the same time, we must take into consideration that our store is new and people might be hesitant of buying a membership card of a new store. To solve this, we can introduce the membership card idea after we have built an actual relationship with the customer.
How we can engage with the customers? Through our online services. We can provide online services as well as faster responses with the team to answer questions over phone or through chats. Follow-up questions with what they think about our entity, and then which gives people an outlet for opinions and lets us know if a product is doing well or not. Engaging customer service in stores, trying to create connection with that has people wanting to come back to us. And keeping contact with customers via social platforms such as Facebook, blogs, Twitters, and more. So for our promotion, since our store is new, advertisement is essential. The best way for us to engage with our customers would be to be able to target an audience that deals with middle-aged people, generally through schools, and focus on the family aspect. We promote through our blogs, such as mommy blogs, social platforms, including Facebook and YouTube, going to influencers to review our products, digital and physical newspapers that hit the target age range that we are trying to target, radio advertisement, and offering back to school deals. And pivot, if our products aren't selling, there needs to be a shift of focus on how we are able to sell our product, even though it's not the best. If the product still won't sell, then there needs to be a membership, a program outlook, and reevaluation to maybe remove the key to access our store, but be able to still keep the benefits, such as the particular brew of coffee that's free, special online support, and giving and offering the same discounts that we would to those who are the members. If still nothing keeps the entity afloat, then we would look to sell the company to a warehouse membership club that's existing and it's looking to expand, such as Costco and Sam's Club. And then this, I'm gonna hand this back to Megan, who's going to be the narrator to our script.
So for our creative content, we created a commercial focusing on the home aspect. So inside room, early morning, Bob sits on the couch and sighs, grabs a mug from the coffee table and takes a sip as he looks out the window. Cut to, Bob is approaching the couch with some flower arrangements in a vase. He places them on the coffee table. He smiles and looks around. Cut to, Bob is sitting on the couch. There are tons of papers and business supplies on the table as he's working. He has a pen on his right hand and he is grabbing his head with the other one. He scratches his head as he reads. He looks frustrated, but then he looks around and he is now relieved. Cut to, Bob brings a candle and lightens it. He puts it on the coffee table. He then proceeds to lay on the couch and covers himself with a blanket. Cut to, Bob is startled awake when his phone starts ringing.
Hello?
Where are you? I thought you already left work.
I did.
I'm waiting for you. The kids are home and dinner is ready.
Oh, I thought I was at home.
Bob looks around and we can see the Perfect Cash store. People are walking in and out. Voice on commercial. The Perfect Cash, a place you can call home.
Wow, I want to go to Perfect Cash and just kind of get lost in there. Good job. My comments, I like the affordable, where affordable meets sustainability, creating a home environment. The only problem is people might not want to leave, which is good, which is a good thing. It's kind of like the Starbucks, but for kind of a discount stores. I got to ask you a question about your employees. Jolene says, I love the tagline. Are your employees, do you only hire models there? I mean, their white shirts and their khakis and all that kind of stuff. Very impressive. They're right there. Look at that. It's perfect. I think there's actually are models. Very thoughtfully target audience, under $30, the membership program. This is a market that really hasn't been tapped into yet. Yeah, I like the idea of going local over global. You're really staying consistent with the brand. And I like actually your SWOT. I like the honesty of the weaknesses and the threats. Like just saying, hey, there's some issues we're going to have, and we're kind of very upfront with it. So overall, good job, Gabby. Let's start with Gabby.
Great job. That last part, it sounded like something my husband would do. Like, hey, dinner's ready. The kids are here. Where are you? Oh, wait, I thought I was at home. He's at Costco somewhere. And some couch or IKEA. Anyways, enough of him. Great pricing for the membership. And the honesty, I agree with the competition and trying to, keep it local opposed to, having Amazon as your big competitor. I do really appreciate the focus that you brought into in the training for your employees and having them be one of instead of referring them, well, go to this section to talk to this person that it's, trained and knows all about this section. You can have whoever you run into at the store, or you get their attention, they can pretty much help you. So I really appreciate that, especially if you're a busy mom or a busy dad, just going and trying to get something and get out, but you have questions and you're looking around for the right person. Clever ending again with the creative content. I like that. the niche that you found for middle class and upper class that is willing to pay some of this pricing. I think it went very well. And again, who doesn't appreciate an upscale, sustainable mind, stored. So great job, guys.
Thank you, Dr. Gabby. Jolene, over here.
Awesome. Sorry, I think I'm getting a lot of lag, so please let me know if you can't understand me. I love a lot here. I like the name a lot. I love the training aspect. I worked retail for like 8 years. It was so long. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing more annoying than going into Walmart and not being able to find anyone, or going to Best Buy and you're trying to buy something simple and the person's like, I don't know, go like find someone else. I don't know for that department. So love the training. And I think that that's something that a lot of the cheaper brands really don't invest in. So such a great thought process there. I thought your analysis was very thorough with strengths and weaknesses. So I like the transparency there. And Dr. Castaneda said this too, that she liked the membership, the great pricing. I thought that was really clever. And I thought the naming it the key was clever too. There's a really nice play on words. Sustainability is important to me. So I think that this sounds like a place that I would definitely shop. In fact, put this right next to a Trader Joe's and I'm never going home. You know what I mean? So I'll be there.
Right.
You better have dog treats.
Hear that, the PB&J group? Rita, what do you got for the group?
Hello.
Hello.
I like the attention to the customer service aspect. I think that's what sets some of the best companies apart, is their customer service. And the more you invest in your employees, the more vested they feel in their company, and regardless of the position. So I was very impressed by the plan to do a three-week employee orientation or onboarding.
Awesome.
Good job.
Thank you. You know what I've liked so far with the groups is that you guys have hit it with the concept of making this believable. I dump a project onto you and you've made them all seem legit and believable and like they could work. So great job. Megan, if you can do the stop share, that would be great. Awesome. All right. Next is group number 4, which is Michael D, Bree, Natalie, and Kyla. Who wants to share the screen here? Oh, you're on. And your concept I gave you was the male concealer for men. Okay, and go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yes, hi guys. Our company is called Praytex. My name is Kyla Mann. I am a kinesiology major.
My name is Brianna. I also go by Bree, and I am a business and accounting major.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm going to be a senior, and I'm a business major.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm a rising senior, and I'm a business major.
So here's just what we're going to go over. We also have pretty simple, simplistic slides just to capitalize on the idea of how simple our product is to use and the type of people that we want to attract.
Starting off with the executive summary, it's important to learn where our name derives from. Praytex, it comes from the Latin word praetexo, which means conceal. It's just going to come in like a little, like the 2 or 3 ounce bottle of cream, and it works to cover blemishes and dark spots that you may have. One of the best things about the product is that it's made from sustainable and natural materials. It comes in nearly every skin tone so that anyone can buy the product. And the whole point of the concealer is to make people feel comfortable in their own skin and give consumers a sense of comfort and relief from the product. And the main thing with the Praytex is that it's supposed to be a men's concealer. So the goal is to break down a barrier in this industry and become an essential product for men and just an item that you can find across most guys' pockets or wherever they keep their items. The branding is going to be really sleek and smooth so that the name will stand out and catch people. And the whole goal is to hook consumers with the high quality of the product and the generally low price. So moving towards the positioning statement.
So sorry.
No, you're good. Pratex is a concealer that helps with hiding and healing any sort of breakout or blemish. The idea is to be the first standard product for young men that becomes an essential item. Skincare is becoming more and more popular with men, and being a trend-setting product could really is a very serious motivation for Pratex as a brand as we look to explode and become a new product in that industry. And I will hand it off.
For our current market situation, the growth of social media influence has really boomed since the COVID-19 pandemic, and seeing influencers online can, as especially men, can bring out those insecurities sometimes. So our product focuses and solves that problem on building confidence with a full coverage concealer for numerous needs such as breakouts, blemishes, and even covering some tattoos that you may not want to be seen. Our value proposition is more for less. So what you're getting is a sweat-proof, waterproof, smudge-proof with SPF concealer to hide those blemishes, and also healing properties as well with our active ingredients of vitamin C, which helps brighten the skin, mastic, which is a natural tree resin to refine fine lines, and also albiza bark extract, which helps smooth skin. And when it comes to marketing this and selling it in stores, especially stores that also include women makeup products, the placement is key. So putting it in those aisles of male like shaving aisles or male shampoo and conditioner is good to get our target audience to see our product. And here is what our bottle would look like. It's an easy squeeze bottle, and it comes in all different shades as we had mentioned before. What's good about this bottle is that after you feel like you have used all of it up, you can also cut the top of it off and then like get those last scoops of it in using your finger or a Q-tip or whatever you need. And here you can see on the bottom picture, he's using it to cover some acne spots, and it's just a flawless finish on his skin. And then here on the top picture, you can see that he's just covering some dark circles.
So now for our SWOT analysis. So the strengths of our product is that we're going to market it as a new product rather than to men for them to think that it's a concealer. And it's going to be everyday wear as if it's a cream. It's going to be easy to put on, very smooth, will absorb into the skin. It's made out of Korean ingredients that improve the skin's healing process. And it does not clog your pores or it will not worsen your acne. And like we mentioned before, it's going to be waterproof, sweat-proof, smudge-proof. So as men do their activities, there's no trace of makeup left. Especially if they kiss their significant other so that it doesn't rub off on them. And then our weaknesses is there's no 100% guarantee that it will cover up or clear up your skin. As much testing that we do, you know, it will not always be 100% perfect for every single individual in this world. So we're acknowledging that. Product can be difficult to market to our male consumers. Men don't usually wear makeup, so that could be kind of a big barrier for us. And also changing males in society's perception of men using concealer and making it okay and normal for them to. And our opportunities is expanding to all genders. We can possibly go viral on TikTok. So the people who view the TikTok video can potentially ask us to create female products such as foundation and concealers using our same exact formula that we use for the men, increasing expansion and selling in retail stores worldwide, and creating more inventory to sell more concealers, and possibly creating sunscreen or new skin product lines that will help improve your acne scars or diminish your acne. And threats, so there is actually male concealers that are already on the market. One of them is called War Paint, that does have already their knit men that they target to, and male concealers that are already currently being sold. And it can be, since we are entering into this market, it can be difficult in obtaining customers or persuading men that already use male concealers to use our product. So kind of making everything be familiarized with everyone else who is also in that market. Next slide, please. So problems and issues, being that this is primarily marketed to males, men may or may not find the product appealing or want to use it. Males tend to not use makeup and may think or feel this product can take away their sense of masculinity. And this could also lack appeal to our target audience. So some men may potentially not care about the way they look, or it doesn't matter to them. And men possibly won't find it necessary to cover their scars, their redness, or their acne on their face. And the ingredients that we do have in our product can potentially cause a rash on some customers. Like I said before, as much testing that we go through and labs that we go through, again, and may or may not have an effect on someone who uses the product who has sensitive skin. And the product may not work on all skin types. So this can be unattractive to male customers because most men do not want to show that they are wearing male concealers, and may or may not find it embarrassing if it does not rub in the right way or it rubs off. And I will hand it off. Next slide.
2 minutes.
All right, so as stated earlier, Praytex already has a competitive advantage as the concealer is primarily made for the use of men. As the world of makeup and cosmetics has been at like the highest demand that it's ever been, it's vital to create a product that not only encourages men to wear makeup, but to create a product for men to wear it proudly and confidently. The relationship between Praytex and its consumers is essential, as our consumer base needs to know that this product is here to help them through quality, and that it's a product designed specifically for their use. This will help gain the trust and appeal between the product and the consumer, forming a community of Praytex users. And furthermore, as Michael stated, the ratio between men and women that wear makeup is very skewed. So the message behind Praytex is really to emphasize the simplicity and confidence boost that this concealer can give, and hopefully break down the social barriers that make men feel like they can't wear a simple concealer or any form of makeup. Next slide, please. So how we're going to do this, our marketing strategy consists of social media marketing through popular platforms such as Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. And our product will be distributed through our website, praytex.com, or in stores like Target, CVS, Walgreens, surf stores, and sports stores. These social media platforms, they have tons of online traffic and are excellent tools for promoting products or items to engaged audiences. And even further, we plan on utilizing celebrity endorsements, as when one sees a celebrity or influencer that they look up to or that they follow using a certain product, they'll begin to question whether this item can be beneficial to themselves. So with this being said, the celebrities we've chosen to represent Praytex are some popular names across different platforms that you guys might be familiar with. These celebrities would be Vinnie Hacker, Devin Booker, and Anthony Joshua. All of these public figures fall within the consumer age group that we're trying to target, and they range from social media influencers to professional sports players and UFC fighters. They have large followings and they represent many different career backgrounds, which is very important for the promotion and marketing of the Praytex concealer, as it's emphasized for everyday use and active use as well. So through these social media platforms and these chosen celebrities, Praytex will expand from interested viewers and followers into word of mouth marketing, and in return become a product that men could potentially want to use themselves. So in conclusion, by using and marketing Praytex concealer effectively and with the help of these celebrities and social media platforms, our consumer audience will be drawn to the idea that these men with large followings are using this product openly and confidently, and in return will want to obtain and utilize the Praytex concealer for themselves as well. Back to Michael.
All right, to close with our pivot and exit strategy, we've kind of decided that our marketing shift would really change before we do any sort of exiting strategy, and we would try to target more of a female demographic, because the product can be used by literally anyone, but it's just we think there's an opportunity to break through in the men's world and become a staple product there. And with going on with that, we know that not many products in the women's cosmetic world are not entirely sustainable and natural. So we can make a breakthrough there with our product being one of those things. And then another potential pivot or exit strategy could be the transformation just to a distribution and bottling conglomerate for other cosmetic brands to utilize, or even not cosmetics, just any sort of cream that needs to be bottled could be done at our facilities that we establish. And there's also many options for us to transition to outside of the cosmetic industry. So, and with that, we also have a little script that we are going to go over for a commercial.
Okay. Fade in, football team running into the locker room after a long practice. Sam walks towards James as he closes his locker and turns towards him.
Looking a little tense today, my man. Everything good?
I got a date tonight and I'm a little nervous.
James touches his face worryingly.
Those spots don't look too bad, but if you need a confidence boost, I got you covered.
Cut to Sam reaching in his bag and pulling out his Praytex concealer.
What even is that?
It's Praytex, built to conceal and heal the damage life puts on your skin.
Sam hands the bottle to James.
I'm not sure. This sounds a little strange.
Trust me, put it on and look in the mirror.
James applies Praytex to his blemishes and examines his face in the mirror.
My skin looks so smooth, and it doesn't even feel like anything is on my face.
Now you and your date have nothing to worry about. Plus, you can use it to cover other things too, if you know what I mean.
Sam bumps his elbow into James.
Haha, yeah, I gotcha.
Praytex, feel confident in any situation.
Praytex logo swipes across the screen.
Great job. Great job. I don't want to steal all the thunder from our group, from our panelists. I'll read through the comments. Great comments. Last group had some great comments too. One was clever. Love the tagline from the last group. Love the name. Love the branding and the PowerPoint said. Jolene says, you have me sold until the rash. Just kidding. Dylan, I could see some guy wrestlers using this for cauliflowers. Good job. Love the commercial. In the commercial was great. Look at that, on the phone to look for the product already. People want to buy it already. The only criticism I have is, Bree, your voice for men was very offensive to me, and especially the man's name was James, which is me, and it's the commercial so far been James and Jimmy. I don't know if that's a dig at me or what. So let's start with Rita. Rita, what do you got for Praytex?
I like the idea of the actual cream. I mean, because if you think about the idea is that men seem to be more in touch with, not in touch, but with more aware of their skin. There's a lot more men's line for moisturizer and sunscreens that are specific to men. And of course, we have, these boutique shave companies and such. So I think that's a great idea. I think it's a great idea that they're also are where it needs to be placed as far as the product within a store so that it's easily found. I wasn't too sure about the commercial and the, you know what I mean. So I didn't go. I think the product and the ideas to the SWOT analysis was great. I'm not 100% sold on the ad though.
Great, thank you, Jolene. Pray text.
You do not know how horribly unhip you are until someone mentions celebrity endorsements and you have no idea who any of them are. I've never heard of them. That's how old I am. But take all of my money. This product sounds fantastic. I need this for what I look like before I have any coffee in the morning. What I really like the most about this whole product is you've actually created target value and ins and outs for people to use it. For example, you said, I don't know if men who are uncomfortable using makeup are going to use the product. Well, because it also has sunscreen in it, because it also helps heal your skin. You've given them reasons to use it that I think is going to really make people like it more, right? Hey, use this to cover tattoos for an interview. Use this for sunscreen if you're a surfer. Use this if you want to try to heal some of your acne scars. Like, you did a great job creating value there and giving people reasons to use it. Not just like, I'm a dude who feels weird about using makeup, but I'm just going to use it. Like, no, he uses it for sunscreen, guys, not to cover up blemishes. Love the before and after. I thought that was really impactful for my decision making on whether I love this or not. And the sustainable and natural part, amazing. I mean, we all know that makeup is full of horrible toxic ingredients. So the fact that this was out there and part of it, genius. You guys did a great job. I'm super happy about it.
Thank you, Jillian. Gabby, do I see some pray text in Francisco and your little ones?
I was like, forget him. I'm getting this for myself. Sounds phenomenal for under eyes. I really like that. Black circles, especially for the younger ones too, that are pulling all-nighters, trying to study for those tests and whatnot, and the next morning we're not looking that great, or maybe party too hard and you have an interview the next day and you got to cover those black circles or under eye circles rather. I love it. I think one of the things that I would recommend on this is the product placement. You guys mentioned where like there's manned products like shampoos and whatnot, but I'm thinking, you know, where they have like the coloring of the beer for those that are trying to, you know, take care of their beers. They could be somewhere around the same area where you have also this, make it more masculine, I guess, so they don't feel so subconscious about buying it. I do love about the ingredients. You guys mentioned so using it as a screen, as a sunscreen. Great. You can never, at all ages, you can use that without feeling like, you know, I'm wearing makeup or I'm wearing a concealer. I love it. Natural ingredients, sustainable skin sensitivity. I think you guys mentioned that some people might get a rash or whatnot, but you know, as long as you put, you know, in your marketing that, you know, might be for not some very sensitive skin. Like say covering tattoos, getting influencers obviously to promote it. You can think of a few that could potentially use this in promoting it for you. So overall, great job. Vitamin C, I love that. So yeah, I could totally buy it for the hubs.
For the hub. There you go. You know what? Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Jolene and Rita. What I like that you did, I like how you had a line that says it's marketed as a new product for men instead of traditional women's product. So you kind of, that was a great position I think to have. So overall, great job. Very impressed. Once again, you made this thing come to life. Now that's the goal of this class and this product. All right, next up, we're going to be group number 5. This is a slice and dice card. Michael P, Jolie, Anna, and Daniela. Who wants to be the host?
I would like to be the host, please.
Who said that?
Anna.
There you go, Anna. Sorry. Yeah. Co-host. All right, your co-host, Anna. Go for it. And make sure you introduce yourself, everybody in the group.
Okay, my name is Michael. I'm a junior, and I'm an accounting major.
Hi, everybody. I'm Daniela. I'm a business major.
I'm Anna, and I'm a communication studies major.
And I'm Jolie. I'm an SCC major and a senior.
All right, so our product is the Cuddy Buddy. This is kind of just a brief overview of what the presentation is going to include. In the next slide, we'll kind of briefly introduce the Cuddy Buddy. So the Cuddy Buddy is a finger guard intended to protect from any accidents that come with slicing and dicing in the kitchen. This is a product set to come in a variety of customizable colors, prints, and designs. In addition to that, the Cuddy Buddy will also come in different sizes to ensure a proper fit for each user. And each one will come with non-slip features to ultimately maximize its effectiveness. This is a product that will be able to withstand the wear and tear that comes with being a kitchen gadget and being frequently used. The main goal of this product is ultimately to protect consumers. This includes amateurs and seasoned professionals alike who often find themselves in the kitchen. This is a product intended to make meal prep now a mind-free task. So when cutting with a knife and your fingers on the line, put a Cuddy Buddy on, it'll save your life.
All right, so who are we as a brand? So we are Buddy Solutions, and we are competent, sincere, useful, and fun. Our brand is well thought out and reliable, and because of this, we expect that our products will find success. We also pride ourselves on being honest with our intentions in the market and our future directions. Our product has a smart design that was deeply considered to make it hassle-free and easy to use. And Buddy Solutions also aims to be a fun brand emphasizing your personal aesthetics while being equally practical. And our slogan is the buddy you need, because we want to be a friend to the consumer, not just a faceless name. Next slide. Cool. So what's happening in the market? The Cuddy Buddy falls into the housewares industry, which features products such as cooking tools, household cleaning tools, bath cleaning tools, barware, storage and organization, and gadgets. For us, cooking tools and gadgets are the most relevant. American consumers have a really strong attraction to kitchen gadgets and fun tools, and they really want something that is practical yet a novelty, and also to splurge without spending a fortune. So this is what we are going to capitalize on. And then some interesting numbers. So kitchen gadget sales in 2017 were estimated to be $1.2 billion. And then in 2021, that grew to 17.6 billion. And for 2024, it is forecast to be 19 billion. So there's clearly a market for this, and we believe that the Cuddy Buddy will be competitive. Next slide. Kitchen accidents. We've all been there, let's be honest. According to a 2015 statistic, 350,000 people a year are injured by kitchen knives. Surely that number has grown since then. And it's really not that surprising that kitchen knives are one of the most common avenues to injury in the kitchen. It's very easy for them to slip or to get distracted, and you don't want to be on the other end of that. So with the Cuddy Buddy prioritizing safety, we hope to solve this problem and see these numbers decrease. Next slide. So one of our biggest competitors will be OXO and their Good Grips line. So they are known for easy to handle kitchen tools and gadgets. They generate about $15.43 million in sales annually. Consumers seem to really like the price of these products, and they are a very consumer-focused brand. So they will be a big competition. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen their products in stores like Bed Bath & Beyond or even used them. But we think the Cuddy Buddy and our brand is something new and unique and fun, and is really, really focused on what the consumer needs. So it'll be difficult, but we think we can compete pretty well.
All right, so now let's get into the SWOT analysis. For the biggest strength ultimately is finger safety when using a knife. This prevents those injuries, and it's an incredible product that allows safety with your fingers in the kitchen. It's super affordable compared to other gadgets that do kind of a similar thing. It's super easy to use. It just slides right on like a ring, and it comes in different sizes, as was mentioned. And also what was mentioned is that it's customizable to come in different colors and patterns. It's super, super customizable. For the weaknesses, well, while it does prevent finger injuries, it only prevents finger injuries. We can't take responsibility for any other injuries that happen in the kitchen with a knife, only the finger ones.
There's potential for it to be uncomfortable depending on if you're not into plastic on your fingers, but ultimately safety over comfort there. Another potential is that the plastic could break if you're not like crazy careful with it. I mean, it is super durable, but if you're like just throwing it in your cabinet or whatever, and then a pot falls on it, it could potentially break because it's made of plastic. And finally, it's not dishwasher safe, so you're gonna have to wash it by hand. But there are some cool opportunities with this. We have the potential to grow, new products can grow from it. We also have a potential to partner up with knife companies or first aid companies. For example, Vector Knives and just like Band-Aid, we would love to do a partnership with them in the future. And then a threat that we have is that we do have some strong competitors, as was mentioned. There's also some ones on Amazon right now, which are resistant gloves. They're knife resistant gloves. But ultimately, we believe that our strengths and opportunities outweigh our weaknesses and threats.
Okay, for the marketing strategy. So who are our customers? Those are parents with young kids, inexperienced / interested individuals wishing to learn how to cook, such as students and young kids. For television, we want to do infomercials on Food Network, where you can buy one, get one for consumers who call within the first 15 minutes. And product placement on shows such as The Worst Cooks in America, MasterChef, and MasterChef Junior. And this allows the product to be seen in use by people that are experienced and inexperienced. For in stores, a few times a year, we plan to host free cooking classes with a company called Eataly. And their company allows people to cook, eat, shop, and learn about high quality food all in one location. And then we have Bed Bath & Beyond and Walmart in the checkout aisles, and that's can be like an impulse buy. And in the aisles where the cooking utensils are displayed, along with demonstrations and the ability for the product to be tested firsthand. For online, we're going to go with Amazon, and we'll have the product come up with keywords such as knives, knife set, and cutting board. And for social media, we will have influencers promote the product with their kids, such as Gordon Ramsay, Martha Stewart, and Aisha Curry. And we plan the price to be at $11.99 because we want it to be affordable, but not perceived as a cheap product.
Okay, so if the plan that Buddy Solutions hasn't put into action doesn't really go according to plan or go the way it's supposed to, we'll definitely have to reassess and determine next steps. So the first would kind of just be gathering information from customers. These could be customers who were or were not able to find success with this product. And based on that feedback, we would determine what improvements could be made either to market it or adjust and fix the product. As an exit strategy, we could pitch this product to OXO, as Jolie previously mentioned. They're probably going to be our biggest competitor because they really have kitchen gadgets, that sector of the market really nailed down. So they really have that credibility within the market already. In terms of pivot strategies, we definitely want to initiate that rebirth stage that comes after that decline in the product life cycle. So we could enact a made to order policy where we would only manufacture based on customer orders rather than mass productions. Or we would be able to maximize gross profit by working with these vendors and suppliers to orchestrate deals and promotions to incentivize the customers to continue purchasing the product.
All right, and then finally we have our creative content. We decided this sleek Cuddy Buddy logo to be red because to us, when we think of red, you think safety, right? First aid kits, safety, lifeguards, they're saving you. It's always red with safety, and that's what we're marketing. So that is our logo. And then we also created a jingle that I'm gonna play for you guys.
When you're cutting with a knife and your fingers on the line, put on a Cuddy Buddy, it'll save your life. Get your Cuddy Buddy today.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Oh, great stuff, great stuff. I have a lot of comments. There's a lot to love with that. But I'm going to turn it over to Rita first. Rita, do you need a Cuddy Buddy?
I desperately need a Cuddy Buddy.
Rita emailed me her finger that she cut recently, and she definitely needs a Cuddy Buddy.
You want to share it?
I don't know if I can share it on. It's on. Once you guys work together, I can share it here in a second. So.
Okay. I love the name of the product. I was going to ask, the jingle is amazing. Really good jingle. The SWOT analysis is great. I think you guys really did your homework on this and thought out, outside the box as how far is your reach and promoting the product. So good job.
Great, thank you. Gabby. Oh, Gabby, you need it. You cut, but not. God, we had people on our panel who can't keep their fingers on their bodies. You didn't cut it with cutting. You did it like on a glass in the.
Yeah, it was at a situation a while ago, and I ended up in the urgent care with some stitches. Gruesome. But I survived. My fingers are still there. Love the catchy name. The finger guard, I think you can't go wrong. I do appreciate that it is customizable, different sizes and colors. Can totally see my kids using them to help me cut vegetables and fruit and whatnot. Or maybe I'll just make them cook dinner one time and I'll be comfortable that they're not going to chop their hands off. I do appreciate the statistics that you guys share, although it was from 2015. Probably have gone more, has gotten higher, but I do appreciate that thing that puts a different spin to it. The marketing strategy, I think it was well thought out. In stores doing the infomercials and thinking of parents and young kids as one of your customers. I think overall it was great. And when does it go on sale so I can order myself a couple?
No, these presentations, everybody's gonna go broke because they're.
I know. Like, here, take my check. Just take my money.
Jolene, Cuddy Buddy.
I absolutely loved it. I love the name, first of all. The jingle was phenomenal. I'm gonna be singing it to myself later. It'll be really weird. Right. I love the data, and I love that you're driving me to want to buy this based on information. So those facts are really nice to have because I actually feel informed now, and I'm like, hey, I don't want to be a number. I have 10 digits. I want one for each one to make sure that I'm safe in the kitchen because I'm a terrible cook. I almost feel like I could really just visualize this also on a late night infomercial. Anyone else? Like, I literally felt like I'm calling in with my credit card right now. I actually thought, I forget who said this, but when you talked so specifically about placement, where to put this, someone said impulse buy placement. That is so genius because I'll tell you what, in my 8 years of working retail, we had a whole made for TV section and people loved it. Like, we sold the most. We would sell out of our made for TV stuff in the impulse buy place. So that was actually real and true and so smart. I think that I can see an expansion here. I feel like Disney, like a Ratatouille tie-in or superhero tie-in, you make cooking fun for kids. I could really see that taking off super well. Or partnering with like culinary schools, sponsorships. Like, I think this is great. I actually do want to buy it. Please take my money.
Great comments in there. Love who did the logo? Anna, you did the logo. Great job. That's a really slick logo. And you did the singing too, right, Anna?
I did.
And you're going to become a country music star after this, right?
Well, it was so funny. Quick little thing. I don't know why I went country. It was weird. I don't do country, but it just worked.
The heart you don't know what the heart's going to do at certain points. It just, something just comes out. You never know. Great job. I like just piggybacking. It was very well researched. It was thoughtful, thorough. Your presentation was really smooth. There's a great flow to it. So great job overall. All the groups, you should be very proud of yourself of what you've done. You've made these concepts totally come to life. All right, next up, we've got Abby, Quinn, Carissa, and Denite. Who wants to be the screen? Who wants to be the person to share the screen? Oh, you're going for it, Kristen. Got it. You're worth OBGYM.
So we are OBGYM. My name is Carissa. I'm a rising senior. I'm a television writing and production major with an advertising minor.
I'm Abby. I'm an accounting major and environmental science minor, and I'm going to be a junior.
I'm Denite. I'm a rising junior with econ and business finance major.
And I'm Quinn Mitchell. I'm a rising senior and a psychology major. Okay, so our positioning statement is for women who want to take control of their health during pregnancy and motherhood, OBGYM is a fitness company that offers a safe, clean, inviting space for mothers to feel invincible and to work out smart because strong mothers grow strong babies. And then for our logo, the reason we chose the blue and the pink is not only because they're baby colors, but also because blue stands for tranquility and reliability, while pink is a more nurturing and motherly color, making it the perfect combination for our company because we really want our moms to feel at peace when they come to see us and rejuvenated when they leave us. And we are also a fully women-founded and owned company.
So we're going to go over the current market situation, SWOT analysis, marketing strategy, and exit strategy. So our main service is workout sessions that are specifically designed for moms and moms-to-be. We provide support from our trained coaches that will help guide you through our journey of motherhood, but our service doesn't end there. We look forward to having you through your pregnancy and help you heal in your prenatal stages. These services are both in our gym and on our app. On top of the workout, we provide nutrition information in the form of books or subscriptions within our app that we constantly update to the needs of our customers. Our brand personality centers around both excitement and sophistication, as we want to be an uplifting company that ultimately strives for wellness, but has a level of sophistication that helps us come off as professional. Our sleek, bright, and minimalistic sets for our classes will help us reflect those personalities every day when people log in or enter one of our classes. Currently, the market for this service is quite small, making it a prime for a major player to emerge. In that sense, we are using a blue ocean marketing strategy to market in something that doesn't have a major player. In a study done by the Washington University of St. Louis, they found evidence that having exercise and healthy eating habits while pregnant can benefit children in the early stages of development. In addition, women are often eager to get back to their pre-pregnancy bodies postpartum. These factors indicate that there's a niche market for pregnant and postpartum women who want to find a safe space to exercise and take part in classes that are not too strenuous. While there's no major leader or standout in the market, competitors like the Bloom Method and Fit Pregnancy Club have created startups that are similar to our product. Bloom Method is an exclusively online service that is specifically designed for prenatal, postnatal, preconception, and special circumstance women. Their standard package comes at around $29 a month, while Fit Pregnancy Club started out as a single gym out of New York, and they have evolved into a virtual service that has pre-recorded and live classes, and they're $5.99 a month. During the pandemic, gyms and exercise studios everywhere were hit really hard by COVID. No one was able to go in, and we also acknowledge the fact that pregnant women are especially susceptible to COVID-19. And so that's why we are focusing much of our business plan on virtual classes through our app and online.
For our SWOT analysis, one of our strengths is that we offer a really large variety of classes and programs. So by having this variety, we're going to be able to attract more people and just make our company more attractive to our customers. We also have online and in-person classes. So our customer base isn't limited to just people who are able to our actual facilities, but really anyone who can access the internet. And another strength we have is since we're all women who founded and own the company, it kind of builds credibility for us as a company, because I feel like for me personally, if a man founded this, it would seem a little different and a little weird versus than if women founded a company like this. And as for our weaknesses, we do have a very, very specific and restricted customer base. It's not just women, it's only women who are pregnant or are having children. And that can really limit our growth. And we also, even though we do have the credibility of being women, we do lack the credibility of none of us have ever been pregnant. So we really can't relate to that pregnancy, having a child, giving birth experience, but we're still able to use our knowledge and research to create a company that provides for our customers. And another weakness we have is that because the customer is only with us during a very specific period of their life, like about a year to max per kid, it's very limited loyalty of our customer. They're not really gonna keep coming back unless they decide to have another kid. However, we have some opportunities of the fitness and baby wellness. Both those industries are super popular right now, which means that just by releasing our company, we're immediately going to have interest because these are already things people are very interested in and things people are aware of. And there's also, because of this, we have tons of opportunity for collaboration. We can collaborate with fitness companies, we can collaborate with baby companies, we can collaborate with fitness influencers, pregnancy influencers, and there's tons of opportunities because we stretch so far in so many different categories. And also the safety, many women are concerned about their safety when they go in public, especially when you're pregnant. So by creating a safe and welcoming space for these women, it's gonna help draw more people in because it's something they're gonna be looking for. However, there is a declining birth rate in the United States. So that means our customer pool is slowly dwindling. But I still think that if we target our customer, we'll be able to do just fine. And another thing is when you're pregnant, it's very physically demanding. Not a lot of pregnant women are going to wake up and go, oh, I want to work out today. So that can be an issue in the amount of people who really want to come. But I do think that there is enough women who will want to do this, that our company will be able to make lots of profit. And lastly, there is a seasonal pregnancy trends where certain months more people are pregnant than others. So we'll just have to be aware of that our profits will fluctuate depending on the month of the year.
Moving on, we'll be talking about our marketing strategies, discussing the 4 Ps: products, price and plans, places and promotions. Also, we'll be discussing about co-branding and celebrity endorsement. For our product, as mentioned before, we provide a workout session that is developed specifically for moms and moms-to-be. And including that, we have support groups to make sure that you're not alone. We are here to provide you full services. We have groups on Facebook and Instagram to help you connect with other moms and moms-to-be, and also get help from our OBGYN coaches. You can also access our on-the-go session anywhere, anytime, on any of your devices. On the app, we also provide unlimited nutrition information that can help you and your baby throughout your pregnancy, as well as healing postpartum. The product, we can categorize it into 4. Our live session, which is our star product. This plan is catered to women who plan to be pregnant or are pregnant, who are busy or live in another location that our gym is not located in. With this plan, anyone can join OBGYN community from anywhere around the world. There will be instructors that will guide you throughout the workout. Each session is limited to only 30 people in a class, meaning that you have to book the class before you join in. The reason why we want to limit the number to just 30 is because that way we make sure that every moms and moms-to-be will receive a perfect experience.
2 minutes.
And moving on, we have the small class, meaning that it will be provided on the facility. Each class is only for 10 people. our recorded session is our cash cows. This one will provide cash for us, generates big money for us. And our one-on-one sessions provides moms and our coach just one-on-one, so that it designed for her specifically. And the pricing for each of this is differently for on-site and on-the-go subscription plan, because on-site we have to cover for the bills and other expenses, while on the go you can you have the monthly, trimester, 9 months plan. And for the single day plans, allow customers to access our gym, benefit for just one day, designed for customers that do not have fixed schedule or rather go to the gym without any plans. Our monthly plan is for 30 days period. And if they do decide to do trimester, they'll get 11% discount, and trimester with a 15% discount. And the one-on-one session is $50 per session. And for place, OBGYN will be is located in a family-friendly neighborhood targeting new families, young moms and moms-to-be. Our first facility is in Southern California, specifically Irvine, because it's a heavily populated for new family. And then we will continue to spread north and south of Irvine into areas such as Newport Beach, Laguna, Malibu, and then into Seattle, Washington. And we also have our apps and website that customers can access from anywhere on their devices. For promotion, we are depending on social media such as Instagram and Facebook, and the new social media like TikTok. And we also have promotion of 1 week free trial for new members, and also referral program that will help promote our gym to potential customers. For every new customers that was referred by our current customer, both customers will receive $20 gift card that can be used towards their membership or buy any of our product. We are co-branding with a number of maternity products, exercising equipment brands, and other, and also pregnancy social media influencers. First, we are co-branding with Lululemon, which is a leading women's technical athletic clothes for yoga and working out. We are co-branding with Lululemon in making maternity workout gear for our merchandise that will be sold in our gym and also on our website. And then we are also co-branding with Peloton, which is one of the most leading exercising equipment company. They will provide us with the gym equipment. And for our members that purchase the exercising equipment with OBGYN, they will receive a coupon code of 5% off. And also we'll be co-branding with Gerber, the baby food company. For our members that buy Gerber products, they will get a 10% discount. And celebrity endorsement, we'll be working with Marissa McCormick. She's an Instagram influencer, registered dietitian, a wife and a mom of 2. She wrote her own book and e-courses that helps moms and moms-to-be to educate themselves about nutrition and health that can help them through maternity and postpartum. And she'll be joining us in some sessions as guest speaker to talk and share her experience.
Okay, so for the pivot strategy, our main pivot strategy would be to change into being an all women's gym, as that automatically largens the customer base by a lot. It would also be easier to reach customers because instead of just sorting out pregnant women or mothers, you'd be looking at all women, or anyone really who wants to be in a gym where there's like no like binary males. Also, one other option would be to add a daycare as a potential revenue stream, and that's if our in-person locations are doing better than our online application, and if mothers are staying longer past the point of pregnancy with us. And then if that were not to work and we were to need an exit strategy, we came up with two. One would be the sale of a company, selling to a gym company like 24-Hour Fitness, Bake Clubs, or Equinox. That way we could get our physical locations sold off. And then we would also try to sell our tech software possibly to a gym, like a physical gym location like Bake Clubs that maybe doesn't have an application where they're servicing classes, and so they could use it for their services. And then if that were, and then like our final option would be liquidation, and that would be selling off our assets to gyms and other maternity brands and companies in hopes of breaking even.
And then we have a commercial script. So interior home day. A pregnant woman is seen helping her kids get ready for school. She is scrambling around the kitchen trying to pack lunches while her two kids eat breakfast.
We know you go above and beyond to make things work.
Interior office building day. Pregnant woman is seen working at her computer.
We know how hard you work.
Interior home night. Pregnant woman is seen reading a book to her kids at nighttime. She is still in her work clothes.
We know how much you care.
Interior hallway night. Pregnant woman looks on at her sleeping kids as she closes the door. She walks across the hall and opens the door to a room where we see a single yoga mat.
But more than anything, we know that a healthy mom makes a healthy baby.
Cut to various videos of trainers and exercise videos from the OBGYN virtual classes, cut with scenes of pregnant women following along. Interior exercise room continuous. Pregnant woman exits the room with a towel over her shoulder and her hand on her belly. Smash to the OBGYN logo.
Strong moms grow strong babies.
Fade to black.
Great job. Great job. There's a lot to like. Out of matters of time, we're going to go to one panel member for the next three groups. This group next two. I'm going to go to Dr. Gabriela Castaneda. Would you have gone to OBGYN in the past for your little people?
Yes, I would have. That would have been a great place for me to go. The pricing seems pretty reasonable in comparison to regular gyms and all of that. I love the logo, the colors. It's very clean, very it felt happy and peaceful, if you will, right? I appreciate the hybrid options in person and online. The membership and the one-on-one sessions are pricing was very, very reasonable, actually in the cheaper side of what I've seen. I do appreciate you having the information as far as the declines of birth and just not being interested when some people when they're pregnant and all of that. So acknowledging that and working, having areas that you can work and pivot. It's great. Yeah, overall, yes, and I would have gone there. I would go now.
Thank you so much. I like, just real quick, I like how much your group took ownership of it, and you made it seem like this is our company. We are women owned. Great co-branding ideas, and there's a lot to like about it. Great job. We have like 28 minutes to get through two groups. We got to make sure we hustle here. Next is the morning pizza group, which is Christian, V, Ashley, and Alyssa. Who wants to be the host?
I got it.
You got it? Okay. All right. It's all you, Christian.
Okay, yeah. My name's Christian. I'm a senior and I'm an economics major.
My name is Alyssa. I'm a sophomore and I'm a business major.
My name is Ashley. I'm about to be a senior and I'm a communications major.
Okay, so we as a group have the morning pizza line, and this is our discussion points, the current marketing situation, SWOT analysis, marketing strategy, and creative content.
So our current marketing situation, just in general, the concept of our brand, Morning Slice, is healthy breakfast pizza. Our plan is to start off with food trucks in the Los Angeles area and then expand into brick and mortar stores once we gain popularity. And while we have no direct competition because there are no breakfast pizza places that currently exist, we would still compete with breakfast restaurants like Denny's and IHOP, as well as fast casual pizza restaurants like Mod's Pizza and Pieology. As for our target audience, we would like to attract high school and college students, as well as people in this age range, because we feel this consumer group would be most open to eating pizza for breakfast and would appreciate the refined aesthetics of our brand. Young people would also help us market our brand by posting our food and drinks on social media platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. So being a fast casual pizza place, we want our customers to be able to take the time to customize their pizzas with a variety of different crusts and toppings. We expect the most popular crust to be hand-tossed, crispy thin, and cauliflower, and some of our toppings would include bacon, eggs, cheese, sausage, and fruit. We also have standard pre-made pizzas on our menu for those who cannot decide between all the topping options. Lastly, our value proposition is more for less. We understand that high school and college students do not have tons of cash to blow on eating out, so we want to give them the winning value proposition. One slice of pizza at Morning Slice only costs $2, and a whole pizza only costs $9. We also know that the busy and fast-paced lives of our target market do not enable young people to wait in long lines because they have to go to class or work. So we strive to have excellent customer service that gets our customers' orders out quick and easy. This is our sample menu. Oh, sorry. We have like our take on lox bagel and avocado toast, which is like very LA. And then we also have bacon, egg, and cheese. And then we have more savory options like strawberry Nutella and fruit.
Great. I'm Ashley. I'm just going to go over our SWOT analysis. So first, I'll start with the strengths. So first, our team consists of younger members, each of which have an advantage by being younger since we have a better understanding of social media just due to having been exposed to it for longer throughout our lives and growing up with it. So we are more acutely aware of aesthetics and how to appeal to a younger target audience with people our age. Additionally, all of our team members have past experience sort of in this, with me having previously run my own Etsy shop where I handled marketing, finances, sales, all of that on my own. I also currently am a cheer coach where I basically operate as like a manager for the team. I handle our finances, I run our Instagram, and I basically just have to encourage people to support our team. Also, Christian has some experience since he's taken marketing in the past. And lastly, Alyssa is a business major and she's worked in the food industry before. Next is our weaknesses. So while we do have some experience, we all lack the specific experience required for our industry. We do not have the best understanding of the food industry, and while Alyssa has worked in it before, both Christian and I have not and don't have that experience. Furthermore, while we are good with social media and marketing in that regard, we do not have as good of an understanding on traditional forms of marketing, such as commercials, billboards, and stuff like that. And those who are older with more marketing experience will likely have a better understanding of how to market in this way, while we do not. So next is opportunities. One of these opportunities is the opportunity for expansion. If Morning Slice is successful, we have many options on how to expand. We could open up restaurants, continue to open more food trucks, and even expand into grocery stores by making microwave pizzas for people to make at home. Lastly is threats. So one big one is that our idea of a breakfast line of pizza is not one we have any sort of copyright or trademark on. So it opens up the opportunity for our competitors to use our idea. Bigger companies like Blaze Pizza or Pieology have more resources than we do, so they could expand and improve on this idea and potentially put us out of business. Additionally, it may be difficult to market breakfast pizza since breakfast is considered the most important meal of the day and is meant to be healthy. Pizza is a notoriously unhealthy food, and it may be difficult to sell people on this product.
80%. That's how many restaurants fail in the first 5 years, right? How do we not become a part of this stat? Positive differentiation. How are we different and how are we better than our competition? We want something that brings people to our doors besides just our food. That's why we're going to be doing a Bitcoin giveaway. Every time you purchase something, you're entered into a raffle to win a Bitcoin. And this really appeals to the younger generation, which is our target audience, right? And we want it to have the same effect as the lottery, right? You're more likely to get struck by lightning twice than win the lottery. But without fail, you still see people go to the gas station and buy lotto tickets. Why? The what if factor. What if I win? What if I become a millionaire? What if I win 300 million and I get to get a mansion in Malibu, right? What if? That same what if factor will bring people to our door. If a customer is deciding between 3 options, let's say IHOP, Denny's, and us, Morning Slice, right? Look, we think our food is tastier and cheaper than all our competition. But however, a customer's personal preference could lead them to think different, right? Maybe they think Denny's has better food and maybe even offers better value than Morning Slice. But if you're the customer, you passing up the opportunity to win a Bitcoin around $30,000 because Denny's eggs are better? Really? Come on now. Now you might be saying, there's no way your product can be healthy, tasty, cheap, and you're still making a profit. You're right. We're not going to be making a profit, right? In fact, we're going to be operating at a loss. We're actually going to follow the blueprint of Uber and Airbnb. We're going to operate our business as a loss for the first couple of years. After that, we're going to start jacking up the prices and start making profit. Now you might wonder, why would customers still eat at Morning Slice after we increase our prices? First reason is routine. If you've been having Morning Slice for the past 2 years, are you going to stop eating there because the slice costs $2.50 instead of $2? No chance, right? And the second reason is no competition. Say you do care enough about the 50-cent increase and you want to go to a different store, right? Where are you going to go? Denny's, they went out of business because they couldn't compete with us. IHOP, they closed down. You either eat Morning Slice or you don't eat at all. You go hungry, right? Because we're operating at a loss. Other companies, they can't compete, so they'll go out of business. So what's the end result? So not only are we going to be making like a massive profit margin per customer, we're also going to have a huge customer base, which means a lot of money for us.
Okay, so onto our pivot and exit strategy. Our pivot strategy is to sell frozen or microwavable versions of our pizza in grocery stores, kind of similar to what CPK does. You can find them in like your Ralph's or whatever. And if we have to abandon our company, the exit strategy is to sell our company to one that's similar to ours, so like a Mods or Pyology.
2 minutes.
So here are just some logos. Our favorite one is the one on the left with the egg. It's basically just kind of 2 ideas that we had. None of us are like really super artistic, so we would probably hire someone to make this idea a little bit more official. But here are our 2 logo ideas. It's kind of meant to be, the clock is inspired by the morning and how you have an alarm clock to wake you up every morning with the egg on the pizza. And then the other one is meant to be the sun because the sun comes up in the morning and the center of the sun is the pizza.
Okay, and then we made a commercial script and Ashley can start.
Opens with pizza delivery guy standing in pizza shop.
We've all grown up with pizza.
Cut to classroom with little boy holding plate with small slice of pizza.
It started with the pathetic slice our teachers gave us at the end of year party. Sad party horn sound.
Cut to girl crying and eating pizza in school gym.
Then at the homecoming dance where your date stood you up.
Cut to guy passed out on pizza box.
And once again at those disgusting frat parties you barely remember.
Previous pizza scenes in fast motion.
Clock ticking. It's time to grow up, pizza.
Cut to group of college students eating morning slice in front of food truck.
Introducing Morning Slice, the new and healthier breakfast pizza that's ready for you. It's pizza reinvented.
Cut to college girl eating pizza and winking.
There's nothing like a slice of Morning Slice. And that's it. Thank you.
Great. Awesome. Awesome. So many good comments. I'm going to turn over to Jolene here. Second. Great comments. Christian, amazing. Christian, I ask you a question. Are you able to teach the last class for me?
Yeah, I got you. No problem.
You got me. No problem. Christian, just, do me a favor, bring some energy to this. I mean, to
Yeah,
this.
no, my bad. I was a little dejected today, a little sleepy. My bad.
Sleepy. You're working on 2 hours sleep. I know it. So great job. Jolene, I'm going to turn it over to you.
I have been eating pizza for about 35 years now, so I feel really qualified to tell you that I love it. It's fantastic. I like your value prop, more for less. I love the avocado toast, like the really creative toast. Very LA comment made me laugh. It was very funny. And I like sweet and savory options, right? That works really well for Bruxy, and look at them now. I remember when they were just one stand. The team consists of younger members. Sorry, my friends, that is absolutely against the law. Ageism is not cool, and you're literally going to get sued, and I'll never get to eat your pizza for breakfast. So can't do that, but I love the idea of keeping it energetic. I thought that was great. Opportunities for expansion. So I'll tell you one place that I desperately want to see this, and I think it will thrive. College campuses across the globe. Absolutely, you guys will expand so quickly if you could get into a college campus. Christian, horrible energy on the what if factor. Couldn't buy it at all. No, I wrote down, you're very charismatic, and I really was bought into the what if idea because it's so true, right? Everyone has fear of missing out, or so many people do. So the what if factor is so real. You guys did such a fantastic job. I desperately want to try your breakfast pizza. Please take all of my money.
I think all the groups can combine. I mean, not all of them. We have our, our PB&Js, we have Cuddy Buddy, we have the sprinkles. There's a lot of opportunities for a lot of kind of co-branding here. So
I forgot one thing. I think you need to expand your target audience just a little bit here because my generation grew up on toaster strudels, which arguably are maybe little tiny pizzas. So I kind of feel like my generation deserves to be a target for this as well.
Great comments. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jillian. Last group. I think we're gonna wrap up here right in time. We got 15 minutes. I'll make it about 11 if you can for comments and all that kind of stuff afterwards. We got the handlebar cup holder. Yes. All right. We have McKenna. Oh, I don't have their names. Hold on. You guys know who you are. We have McKenna, Tatum, Christian W, and Damien. Go for it.
All right. Sorry, just gonna move my camera. All right. So my name is Tam Doak, and I'm a rising senior studying global communication.
I'm Christian Watson. I'm also a rising senior, and I am a business major.
My name is McKenna Petruzzi. I am a rising senior as well, and I'm a marketing major.
My name is Damien Ochoa. I'm a rising senior as well, and I'm a political science major. And our product is the Cozy Cruiser.
Just a warning, some images you may be seeing could be triggering. So what is the Cozy Cruiser? Well, we were established in 2018 by 4 entrepreneurs who needed to solve a very important issue. In 1817, Carl von Drais first developed the bicycle. In 1965, Elmer Rice developed the first walker. In 2000, when Razor invented the first Razor scooter. The same question has been asked time and time again. How do I sip my drink and navigate my bike, walker, or scooter? That's where Cozy Cruiser comes in. So we are a stainless steel clip-on attachment that allows children and adults of all ages to comfortably carry their beverage while cruising on their bike, walker, scooter, whatever it may be. Think of it as a third hand. Unlike other beverage holders, Cozy Cruiser is designed to hold beverages from a baby's bottles to your homie's 40. Riders are currently unable to bike, bird, or scoot with one hand if they are not a trained professional. So the question needs to be asked again. How do I sip my beer, my wine, my coffee, my orange juice without falling off my bike, walker, or scooter? Well, with one hand holding the controls, the other hand holding the beverage, this causes a huge safety hazard that we need to address. At the same time, while you ride your vehicle, you can get severely dehydrated, which leaves the rider with one of two options. Do you attempt to risk your life and crash your vehicle, or do you potentially lose your life to dehydration? With that as the options, the number of bicycle, bird, scooter, and walker-related accidents have tremendously increased and in some cases became fatal.
All right, our SWOT analysis. So for our strengths, It is virtually universal because we include a snap-on clip that clips onto just about your average like handle size bar. And then in addition to that, the actual cup holder itself is adjustable. So that'll give you plenty of room for your Starbucks cup, your ginormous Hydro flask, or even your Yeti flask. It is long lasting. It is also affordable. Our weakness of the Koozie Cruiser would be that we do lack capital just because we are a newer company. And in addition to this, also lack a reputation, which makes searching for more celebrity endorsements more difficult. And then also it might be potentially misleading with the name Koozie, just because Koozie is typically associated with a foam cup holder, right, for a beer bottle or something of the sort. So weakness could be customers misusing the product. Opportunities, we definitely see us being expandable within department athletic stores such as Target or REI. Also doing pairings with Yeti would be great, just in terms of like kind of elevating our usage. And then also our target audience would definitely be growing based off the season. So for example, in the summertime, we would definitely be booming with, more so booming with sales during that time because people are riding their bikes more frequently. And then as for threats, we do have some competition. So we have Bundle Pro, Britaxby, and Koozie Cruiser cups. Bundle Pro and Britaxby are more so geared for strollers. And then Koozie Cruiser cups are also a very similar style to ours as well, but ours are customizable, which theirs are not. And then also a threat could be a potential lawsuit by Koozie, just because we did not go through, I suppose, the proper steps to owning Koozie, like the term Koozie, whereas there is an Australian brand that does use that term. So that could pose as a risk. And then also it's a one-time purchase. So this wouldn't be something that customers would come back to. So loyalty may pose as an issue. Also potential issues. So consumer carelessness with the product. We don't want to be associated with like drinking and also using vehicles. So that could give us a negative media press. Once again, I've already discussed the lawsuit with Koozie Australia, and also competition as well, because on Amazon, we have a large number of competition on Amazon with handlebar cup holders. Our value proposition, we're aiming to be more for less, because our product is going to be, so we're aiming for $10 for a standard Koozie Cruiser, and then as you would customize it, the price would increase. However, other popular brands such as Muea and then Akamore, both of them stroller brands, they go from $11.99 to $13.88, and then also even as high up to $25. So we're giving more because it's adjustable to multiple handlebar sizes and also cup sizes. And then as for our current marketing situation, sales are dependent on the sales of bikes, scooters, and birds. And according to Statista.com, the number of cyclists and bike riders increased from 43 million to 47.5 million over the last 3 years. And this also doesn't come as a surprise, especially due to the pandemic. More people are getting out more, they're biking more, and also the sun is out more frequently. So who wouldn't want to ride their bikes and also sip on their water as they're getting from place to place? And then also the Koozie Cruiser can be fitting towards different lifestyles, and our product is able to adapt to those things.
Continuing on our current marketing situation, as far as our target consumers go, we're going to be able to reach a broad spectrum of different consumers. Studies have shown kids learn how to ride a bike or a scooter anywhere from the ages 3 to 7. And then you have people that are in their 50s and 60s that are also use biking as a leisure activity or for workout purposes. And then also we're reaching a different amount of consumers based on the way they use their bike. We have people using it for leisure, people that use it for exercise, for sports, and more importantly, for transportation. I know that a lot of kids, when they learn how to ride their bikes, they're going to want to ride their bikes to school every day. And especially in the beach areas, you got a lot of people riding by the beach, junior lifeguards. So there's a lot of opportunity. And the best aspect is that we're going to have people riding to work. So they're going to be drinking their coffee. Their coffee's going to stay hot. They have people riding their bikes by the beach. Their drink's going to stay cool. And then for our target locations, we have a couple different options here. So 4 of the 10 US cities with the most bike commuters per capita reside on the West Coast. And then the other 6 major cities are spread from Tucson up to Minneapolis and as far east as Philadelphia. So this shows a great dispersion of the market, and it leaves opportunity for us to bridge the gaps between these states. And so for our product, we thought it would be important to establish our roots in 2 different areas. So obviously the West Coast, we have the beach lifestyle. Biking is huge, whether it's people commuting or just strolling through the beach or strolling on the beach. And then we also wanted to pick heavy densely populated cities such as New York, Philadelphia, anywhere from the Midwest to the East Coast, because we see a lot of commuters in these areas. And the beauty is while it may be snowing in New York, people aren't going to be on their bikes, but on the West Coast, it's going to be sunny and 75. So I don't think there will be too much of a seasonal factor for our product, especially if we can reach all these different states. And then for our production and pricing, so we found that we would be able to make our standard koozie cruisers for about $2. And because we do give people the option to customize their koozie cruiser, whether it's different patterns, different colors, that only costs us $1 more to make these. And we're going to sell our koozie cruisers for $10 a piece and $15 for the customizable ones, because it is definitely affordable. And more importantly, it's definitely reliable. And compared to some other products that are in this field, our product definitely is cheaper. So the reliability and the affordability is the biggest aspect here.
Marketing strategy. Our target age is anyone who can operate a bicycle or vehicle with 2 wheels, from a 3-year-old with the chocolate milk to an adult with a beverage of their choice. As a company, we have studied locations of where people ride the most, and those locations are beaches, inner cities, campgrounds, and national parks. We plan to set up marketing and sales events at these locations and demonstrate the purpose of a koozie cruiser. Safety is something we take pride in, and we want people to be focused on the road and not worrying about juggling a beverage in the other hand. One of our most important marketing strategies will be a tour across the United States from coast to coast and hitting inner cities. We will send out a designated and trained sales team in a decked out koozie cruiser van to demonstrate the purpose of our product and get our brand out there. Not only will we be on tour at beaches, national parks, campgrounds, but we will be in sporting goods stores, general stores, and outdoor markets on the weekend. As sales begin to rise and we make a name for ourselves, we will enter the world of e-commerce.
For our pivot and exit strategy, we mapped out 2 different directions that we could actually head. So the first plan of action is to merge with Buy My Bikes, Harley Davidson, Razor USA, or Up Walker Walking Aid, and negotiate them to be a product extension to all their existing products. Because Koozie Cruiser and those companies' products complement each other, we think that a extension merger would be our ideal target exit strategy. The second, yes, definitely the Tour de France sponsorship as well. The second one is to do an acquisition, and specifically to the sharks on Shark Tank. I'm surprised no one mentioned this before. We feel that, like we said, our name and our product has great value to it. And we believe that the sharks, specifically Mark Cuban, will see that and want to offer us a great deal and get 100% equity. And lastly, our position statement is for kids and adults who like to enjoy a cold one or a hot one. Koozie Cruiser is the leading mobile beverage extension cup holder that delivers hands-free sipping so that cruising on your 2 or 4-wheeler is effortless. Unlike our competitors, Koozie Cruiser is designed to be an extra hand. You have your left hand, your right hand, and Koozie Cruiser. So this is our logo. We believe that our colors show that we're fair, affordable, creative, and optimistic. It shows that we're fun, practical, and secure, also safe as well. And it just kind of shows customers that we're welcoming, we're fun, we're laid back, and they know exactly what they're getting.
All right, sip and cruise with your Koozie Cruiser.
Oh, I like the little dip for the jingle. Great. Perfect. Great job. Because of time, I could comment. I could say about a million things. There's so many great things. I'm going to turn over to Rita. Rita is our resident person who rides her bike to work. Rita, do you need a koozie cruiser?
Actually, I do. Yeah, I think, actually, it's interesting is that what I like is your design of the cup holder. I feel it's very universal, and whether it's for kids or adults. And I like that you did your research on the amount of people utilizing bikes as transportation and for fun, and ways to spend time with family. I think you did a good job of just finding out what your strengths and weaknesses are. And it was a very well done presentation.
Great. Thank you, Rita. I don't think I didn't think I'd ever see somebody put something for your homies 40 in a slideshow before, but hey, it works. I like how it's not limited to just beach cruisers. And so with that, we're right at the 7:30 mark. I just want to say, first of all, to everybody, I'm so incredibly proud of all of you. You guys did such a great job. Big round of applause for all of you. You guys killed it, knocked it out of the park. Great job. It's gonna be very, very difficult for our panel members to judge this. Yeah, great job, everybody, from Rachel in the chat. So I will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday is essentially our last class. Jolene says, I'm so incredibly impressed. Amazing work. You guys are free to go. The panel members, if you can hang out just for a second afterwards, I'll kind of go over some, just a couple quick ideas. And aside from that, you guys were unbelievable. Great job. And I'll see you on Wednesday.
I have a question real fast. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Do we just email you our slides and stuff, or?
Yes, good point. Email me. We can email one just for the group, the slides and your slide/presentation and your paper. All that is due. The paper is due by midnight.
Thank you.
Do we have school Monday? Class Monday?
Thank you.
We do not have class Monday.
Thank you, Professor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, you three, for helping out. Hopefully you enjoyed it and had a good time. And I think they did a great job.
I'd like to file a formal complaint that we were not given food samples for all of the food ones.
I know there was a lot of food groups. So yeah.
I'm sorry for being late.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's really funny because I had to hustle over here. We went over to Hollingshead before to have a drink. And next thing you know, I'm hustling back over here with Serena, like just scram. What, Gabby? Yeah, you're muted, Gabby. Oh.
What did you say? Where did you go?
No, we went to Hollingshead just really quick.
Oh, yes.
Tom was there and Rita was there.
Stacy's in town. She's in town. Yeah. That's their hangout place.
I got a class. Now, come on, just for one. All right. It's like I'm leaving there at at 20 minutes.
I'm like, Tom, I need to go. And he's like, no, it's okay. It's fine.
I know you're in the Tom kind of tractor beam. So yeah. So everybody, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough.
You're welcome.
And if you can just go ahead and email me the scores, and then I'll let
okay.
you.
I want to know what you guys think. There was one obvious winner in my mind.
Okay, go ahead. Say who do you think it was?
Hands down, it was Twinkle Sprinkles. I am drinking their Kool-Aid. Everything from the branding to the thoughtfulness to the the pricing, the SWOT analysis. I felt like nobody